Hi everybody, I'm going to teach you how to make a really easy flatbread with zucchini and tomato. I'm just going to go over quickly a few things that you're going to need and your ingredients. So you're going to want to take out a baking sheet or two depending on how large your flatbread is that you decide to use. You're going to need a zester, a large pan, 2 small bowls, vegetable oil, which I don't have vegetable oil today, so I'm just using canola oil, and then olive oil, and I don't have that either, so I'm using my avocado oil. And you're gonna need salt, pepper. Then you're gonna need 1 to 2 zucchinis, which I've already prepared here and actually chopped them up. You're gonna need grape tomatoes, about 4 ounces, 4 to 8 ounces, depending really how many you want on your flatbread, how big your flatbread is, and so on. 2 to 4 cloves of garlic, which I already have pre-minced garlic here. A lemon or 2. I did 1 lemon. My lemon was large. Ricotta cheese. You will need about 4 to 8 ounces. Again, it really depends on how big your flatbreads are and how many people you're trying to serve. You'll need basil. I typically will use fresh basil. In this case scenario, I don't have fresh basil in the house, so I'm just going to use dried basil, chili flakes, and you can also use honey. I know a lot of people enjoy honey, but my husband doesn't, so I am going to not use honey this time around. So those are all of your ingredients and the tools that you're going to be needing for the entire recipe. The first thing you're going to want to do is place your baking sheet, lightly oiled, on the top rack of your oven. And you do this while it preheats, so that when the hot sheet comes out and you put the flatbread on it, it'll give it a nice crispy finish, and it'll be nice and golden brown, which is a really good thing to have at the very end of your product. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to bake my oven to 450. I have 2 baking sheets in my oven already that are already, I put a little drizzle of avocado oil on it and just move that around so they are already lightly oiled in the oven. Then your next step is going to be to wash and dry all your produce, trim and have the zucchini lengthwise, thinly slice crosswise into your half moons, and have the tomatoes, mince your garlic, and then zest and quarter your lemon for the zest, and the 1 lemon quartered both. So those are right here. Okay, so our next step is to cook the actual zucchini. So you're going to heat a drizzle of your oil in a large pan over medium-high heat. So I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, so in my pan I have a drizzle of avocado oil. I put it on medium-high heat, and I am going to add just my zucchini. I'm going to cook first. And you're going to stir this around and get them lightly browned and softened it should take about 5 to 6 minutes. And I am going to season them with a little salt and pepper as well. Really, this is all up to you, whether how much or how little you want of salt and pepper. I like a lot of salt and a lot of pepper and a very little bit of salt. I'm not really one that is big into salt. Okay. Let that pan heat up, and that's going to cook for about 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, now in the meantime, while that is cooking, I am going to get out a small bowl. And I am going to actually marinate my tomatoes. Okay, so while my zucchini is cooking, I have in this bowl already a drizzle of avocado oil, my tomatoes, my garlic. I'm going to add some pepper to this marinade. And I'm going to add some salt as well. Again, really up to you how much salt and pepper you want to add to this. And then I am going to just mix this all together and let it sit while my zucchini is cooking. Smells delicious. And then after this, in another small bowl, you're going to be making your lemon ricotta. Okay, so there's my tomatoes. They're all marinating. I'm going to set this aside. And my next step is to take another small bowl and combine my ricotta, the half of the lemon zest, and a half teaspoon of olive oil, and a little lemon juice to taste, and again, that little salt and pepper. Okay, so my zucchini is done. I have this marinating. In this bowl, I have my ricotta cheese, I have lemon zest, and then I also have, that I'm going to mix in a half teaspoon of avocado oil. Again, you can use your olive oil as well. It's really, you can alter it based on what you have already in your house. And that's just going to be mixed in here. And then you will put inside here as well some lemon juice. So I'm just going to take some of my lemons and squeeze it. And really, it all depends what you enjoy and how much lemon you want. I usually squeeze about 3 little wedges, mix it around. I don't want it too lemony, but I do want to have that little taste coming into my ricotta cheese. It definitely makes it nice and soft too. And then once the lemon juice is in there, you're going to also season with a little salt and pepper as well. And that's going to be mixed in to the ricotta. Okay. And then really all you have to do is now prepare your actual flatbreads. I have store-bought flatbreads. You can make your own flatbreads if you want. It's just easier for me to use pre-made ones. So I am going to show you the assembly process. I typically will assemble them right on the actual cookie sheets, but my cookie sheets are still in the oven with the oven preheating, so I'm going to do it. I'll show you one just without it on the cookie sheet so you can see how that's done. So we're going to start by taking our lemon ricotta And you're going to evenly spread this onto your flatbread. And I might need some more. And this should feed about 4 people, what I'm doing right now. Okay, so my ricotta is all spread nice and evenly. Cover up some of those empty spots. And then you're going to top it with your zucchini and your tomato mixture. So again, you can kind of figure out how you want to decorate it and how much of the zucchini and the tomatoes you want on your actual flatbread. So this one I'm going to put a little bit more tomatoes, and the other one I'm going to put a little less. And again, your zucchini will then go on as well. Zucchini is very hot. Probably could have used a bigger zucchini. They gave me a very small one when I ordered it at the supermarket this week, but we'll make do. Okay, so we have all of that prepared on here. And then you're gonna bake this for 10 to 12 minutes, okay? And then at the end is when you're going to then remove it from the oven and top with your basil. You can put some more lemon zest on top, little chili flakes to taste. And then some people also like to drizzle it with a little bit of honey. That's an option as well. And then you can just slice it into 4 pieces and divide it up, and it is a delicious flatbread. So my oven just said that it was ready and preheated. So I'm going to take out my trays now. I'm going to put this on my tray, and I will show you the finished product in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so here are my 2 finished products. They just came out of the oven. I cooked them for 12 minutes. You can do it 10 to 15 depending on how much you want. Normally I would actually pick fresh basil and put a little fresh basil on top. In this case, I just have some dried basil, which is fine, and then some chili flakes. Again, depends how spicy you like things. And then you can put some more of your lemon zest, and then I usually will put it on a plate and I'll cut it into 4s. And my leftover lemon wedges I'll design on the plate with them just to make it look a little nicer. And then you can squeeze a little more lemon as you eat if you'd like. And really these flatbreads, you can do anything. You don't have to use zucchini and tomato. You can kind of alter it based on the vegetables and the produce that you have in your house. And that's it. It's pretty easy.